Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex, also known as the Buff Unicorn, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I took my glutes from this to this in a little bit over a year. Can it be done? Absolutely, because I'm telling you it can be, because I know from experience. And if you want to know how I did that, then make sure you keep watching. I came from a place where my glutes were literally inverted. They were not there. I mean, that was my intentions. I did not want to have a butt. If you don't want to have one, that's fine. Everybody is entitled to their own wants and desires. However, I do enjoy having somewhat of a backside now. So before people come for me and are just like, Alexis, you don't really even have big glutes. I know, trust me, but they're bigger than they used to be. The only competition I have is myself, me, myself, and I. So as long as I'm better than I used to be, I am okay with that. I think that a lot of times in the media, there isn't a lot of representation for people that don't start off with glutes. You know, a lot of times if you're in the fitness community, it can be weight loss, like you lose weight, already have some more mass to work with. I'm coming from a place where your girl had nothing, but this can apply to everybody. Even if you're trying to lose weight, this will apply to you. You grow your glutes the same way. So I'm gonna help you. I got you. I'm not gonna be promoting any scam workouts. I'm not gonna be telling you to buy supplements. You don't need any of that. You just need to be dedicated and consistent. So I did have an eating disorder for 4 years, lost a ton of weight, lost all my muscle mass I had from playing sports. We did that. It is what it is, okay? Whenever I started working out, I was about 2 months into recovery whenever I started weightlifting, but I didn't do it seriously at all because I went to college a few months into recovery. Just didn't work out really at all. I was running a lot because I wanted to do a half marathon, but I didn't do that because I was in college and I had no time. Also, I did not get my hair cut short. It's just a lot of layers, as you can see. I mean, honestly, it's looking kind of healthy today. I've been trying to take better care of it. Has it been working? I don't know, but it's the thought that counts. So the first thing would be you have to be eating enough. I know that a lot of times in the gym, or even people start working out, they think they need to eat less to make improvement. There's a few ways to look at food that can really change your results. You want to be eating enough protein. Protein will first allow your muscles to recover better. It allows your muscles to repair themselves. It keeps you more satisfied. Of course, you can eat too much protein. There is a cutoff. However, most people do not eat that much protein. They should even be concerned about that. I recommend about 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. I think it's 0.7 per kilogram. Could be very incorrect. Don't fact check me,
please.
I'll put it on the screen though, because my editing self is just top tier. There are a few ways I love to hit my protein goals. I'll show you some pictures on the screen, some high protein snacks. I don't love to eat a lot of processed food. Since I do work early in the morning, I do usually have to have something on the go. I know it's not the best, but this is realistic, helping you get these realistic goals. Like the legendary foods, bro, I live off those things. I literally have the Pop-Tarts right here. They're so good. And I actually eat the chips so much that the women at the store know my name and phone number now because I go in there so much. And then for protein powder, my favorite brand is Black Magic because it literally tastes the best, and they also have vegan. I love vegan protein powders for the reason that they mix great in yogurt. A regular whey protein doesn't, but the vegan ones do. So those are just a few ways if you're struggling to hit protein. Those are just supplements. I do recommend trying to get your protein from whole food sources, but if you're vegan or vegetarian, that can be a little bit more difficult. I eat about 150 grams a day. I don't count my calories or anything, but I did count for so long that I'm able to eyeball it now. Protein is very important. Then you also have calories. I don't count calories. I used to, but it led me to start binge eating, so I just stopped and I eat intuitively now. You have to be eating enough, because if you're not eating enough, then you're not going to be able to build the muscle. You want to think about the fact that you are building onto your body. Even if you're trying to grow your glutes, okay? You are building your body. Your body's going to be getting bigger. You are going to need to eat enough to be able to grow. See what I'm saying? The next thing is that as you are eating more, I don't weigh myself. I haven't weighed myself since August of 2023, and I have no reason to. Why do you need to know the gravitational pull of your body to the earth? That's all your weight is. I really don't find a reason for anybody to need to know that. Some people, it's good for them. And if it's good for you, if it works for you, then that's perfectly fine. It just doesn't work for me. And I know that. I think that a step of being mature is knowing the things that don't work for you and being okay with that. And that's just something that doesn't work for me, which is fine. Okay, I'm done. You're probably going to gain weight, which is completely fine and normal. We can be very, very scared of gaining weight. There's a very negative connotation to it, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. The last time I weighed myself, I had gained 40 pounds since I was my smallest, and that's completely okay. It's not that big of a deal, bestie. If you can't fit in your pants anymore, just buy new ones. I have no brain cells right now. And if you're already struggling with that, maybe try to battle that while you're trying to grow. I love gaining muscle. I mean, I've gained fat along the way, which is completely fine, but I love feeling strong and being able to do things that I couldn't before. Instead of viewing my body as something that's gotten bigger, I view it as something that is able to experience life more fully, because when I was living in a smaller body, I wasn't able to experience life. I was merely existing instead of living. And now that I'm in a bigger body that's actually fueled and has energy, I can experience and live life instead of just going through the motions. You gotta be okay with weight gain. Probably don't weigh yourself. You will gain weight if you're trying to gain muscle. The next thing is you have to follow a workout plan or split. If you're like me, I'm very quad dominant. I'm not glute dominant. I've been trying to grow my butt forever and it's taken me a long time. You have people that are glute dominant and it don't take them that long, and I love that for them. I literally love that for them. Like Annabelle Lucinda, my best friend, she is glute dominant. She has it. But we've talked about how I have better quad genetics than her, and that I don't even hit quads and they're huge. It's all about genetics at the end of the day, but lovely thing about bodybuilding and weightlifting is that you are able to choose what muscles you want to grow. Like, nobody said that you had to do every single muscle group. I would recommend it for balance, but me, I do emphasize glutes one of my leg days a week. I do 2 leg days a week, and I do only do glutes on one of them. I actually did the workout, so I'm going to put it on the screen, take you guys step by step, because I'm lovely. Hi, Editing Alexis here, and I'm about to take you guys through a little glute workout. First, we have hip thrust or cast glute bridge. Cast glute bridge is just the shorter form of the movement where you just kind of go halfway up. I do these for 3 by 8 to 12, just depending on how heavy I'm going that day. The next thing we have our good mornings on the hack squat. I love this because it allows me to actually go really heavy versus if I was doing this with a barbell. This exercise single-handedly is what has grown my hamstrings the most. Next, we're doing Smith RDLs. I love these as well because I really don't have the grip strength to hold heavy dumbbells, so this allows me to get higher weight. Next, we move it on to leg press. I prefer a lying leg press, but this was all that was available. Essentially, you just want to have your feet high and more narrow with your toes pointed outwards so that it'll target your glutes. And I do like to finish my leg days off with a leg extension drop set, essentially just going to failure. So I'll just do as many as I can, drop the weight, do as many as I can, drop the weight. And honestly, yeah, that's how I feel every time I do them. We're not going to talk about it. Also, if you're wondering where the clothes I'm wearing in this little video clip are from, they're from Divine, and you can use my code BUFFUNICORN to get 15% off. And yes, I do abs on leg day, so I do hanging leg raises or variations of that. It's just what has allowed me to build my core the most, but you can really do whatever you want. So since now you know what to do for glutes, for workouts, you need to be going heavy. If you're not going heavy enough, it's not going to matter. So progressive overload is something that's really important for you to gain muscle and get stronger. And essentially all that means is if on hip thrust, I did 1 plate for 10 reps and I did that 3 times. 1 plate, we'll say 90 times 10 is 900. And then I did that 3 times. So that's 2,700. Might be really confusing right now, but just hear me out. Next week, even if I only did 2,800, that's still progressively overloading. That's still more than I did the week before. And used to, I would be like, okay, just do 1 more rep or something. But doing the math and like multiplying the weight by the number of reps I did helped me so much because it allowed me to be happy with even a 5-pound increase. This is also great if you're training upper body, but say I did 100 pounds for 8 reps. So that's 800 pounds. So then I did that 3 times for 3 sets. So that's gonna be 2,400 pounds. The next week, I did 100 pounds for 10 reps. That's 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. So I just did 600 more pounds than I did the week before. You see what I'm saying? So like whenever you do it like that, it seems so much more significant. It makes it so much easier to keep progressing in your weight. And also find the workouts that work for you. Just because I showed a workout on the screen to you guys doesn't mean that you have to do that. It doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you, because everything works for different people. Find the workouts that work for you. I would recommend at least 4 glute focused workouts a week. So maybe 2 every leg day if you do 2 leg days a week, or 1 full glute day. That's what I do because I'm trying to get them to grow. A big thing people always have a question about is cardio. Should I be doing cardio? Does cardio make you lose weight? Cardio is something that I think is still so important. Like, I still run now and I have kept my glutes. The biggest thing about cardio is that it really just matters about your nutrition. So if you're not eating enough, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're gonna be losing weight, inherently also losing muscle mass if you're also not eating enough protein in relation to that. You can do cardio if you're eating enough because you're not gonna be losing weight. For me, I love being able to do cardio. It keeps me healthy, it keeps my heart healthy, it keeps me in shape. I usually get like 7 to 10K steps a day. I just try and go on some walks. Yesterday I got like 2,000 steps. We're not gonna talk about it. But see, that's another thing, is that I don't really care. Like, I knew my body needed a break, so I just went to work and then came home and did nothing. Yesterday was also Valentine's Day, so there might have been some subconscious stuff going on. Yeah, you're totally allowed to do cardio as long as you are eating enough to make sure they don't cancel each other out, they don't mitigate each other. You want to keep your heart healthy. It doesn't matter if your body looks good if your heart is out of shape. So that's pretty much it. It's not a long, complex thing. I think that a lot of people will come on the internet and try to milk it, be like, buy my program, buy this, buy that. That's just not how it works. It's just science. And also, stop comparing yourself to people on social media. I have been there while they're taking these pictures and they post them. Y'all, they're holding their shorts like to where it looks like their butt's bigger than it is. Some of them have plastic surgery. Some of them legit just have blessed genetics. God was blessing them from the stars when he gave them to them. Compare yourself to your past self, okay? That's all you should ever compare yourself to. As long as you are improving yourself every day, that's all that really matters. That being said, remember, you can use my code on Divine, GymShark, and Snap supplements and Black Magic. Black Magic is where I get my protein, and then my gut health supplements I get from Snap. But I just want you to know that Jesus loves you. God created you in his image, in his likeness. You are wonderfully made. And I hope that you have a blessed day. Stay buff and bubbly. Also, don't forget, I post like 3 to 5 times a day on TikTok, every day on Snapchat, and very often on Instagram if you want more content from me. And if you just like my vibe. Okay, but yeah. Bye! I hope that video was good, because it just took me a whole second.